In this video, we are going to talk about Krittika Nakshatras, Padas and more. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Vedic Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. If you want to learn Vedic Astrology, join me on 33 days Vedic Astrology Bootcamp. Link is in the description. Today we are going to talk about Krittika Nakshatra. Krittika Nakshatra ranges from 26 degrees 40 minutes of Aries to the 10th degree of Taurus. It has 4 padas. From first pada is in Saggitarius, next in Capricorn, third is in Aquarius, and fourth pada is in Pisces. Okay. Now let's talk about the symbol of Krittika Nakshatra. Krittika Nakshatra is symbolized by blades, knife, razors, scissors, and anything which is have a sharp edge which can cut. Krittika is all about cutting. Krittika is all about penetrating, is about molding, is about transformation. Okay, that's what Krittika is. So symbol is blade, razors, knife. Another symbolism associated with Krittika is also fire. We'll talk about it in the next session. Now let us talk about the deity of Krittika Nakshatra. Krittika Nakshatra has deity of Agni or fire. Fire is extremely purifying tattva. It is one of the 5 important elements of creations along with earth, air, water and ether, the 5th element. Okay, so Agni Tattva. So Krittika Nakshatra is ruled by Agni. Another thing, when you are learning nakshatras, the most important thing to learn in nakshatra is the story associated with that nakshatra. The mythological story associated with that nakshatra gives you clues about the nature of or the functioning of that nakshatra. Imagine, do you remember we talked about the Shravan Nakshatra and we talked about the Varaha avatar of Lord Vishnu, and that is amazing. So the story associated with this nakshatra is that of Kartika. Kartikeya is the son of Lord Shiva. So do read the story of Kartikeya and the 7 Kritikas who nourished them, and who were able to take care of the Kartikeya, who went on to kill the Tarakasura. Okay, so go and read that story. You will have a lot of insights about Krittika Nakshatra with that story. Okay, we talked about Agni as the deity of Krittika Nakshatra. So Krittika Nakshatra is purifying nakshatra. One has to undergo the transformation, has to undergo the fire to spiritually evolve. It is the signification of purification and transformation to the next level. You will often see Krittika as a purifying agent. Okay, now when you have planets placed in here, it will start making sense to you and how it really works. Okay, but at this point, just remember, Krittika is about cutting, molding, and also about transformation through the fire. Next thing to look out for the Krittika Nakshatra is the Shakti associated with this nakshatra. The Shakti associated with this nakshatra is that of Dahana. Okay? Dahana literally means to burn, but this is to cut your threads from the physical body to move on to the other loka. Okay, fire is that important. If you observe your life, fire is everywhere. Fire is the first element. If you look at the Aries ascendant is the first Rashi which is fire element sign. So life is due to the fire. And if you look at sun is also a fire, which is in form of light and which makes life possible on earth. Fire is that important. Okay, cold is dead, hot is life, fire is life. Kritika is associated with fire. Another thing about the Kritika Nakshatra people, we talked about the symbol, we talked about Shakti. Now let's talk about the nature of these people. Kritika people, as the name suggests, are critical. They also have fault finding abilities as well, and on the downside, other people can get hurt because of their fault finding nature. These people are quite blunt at times, and some people who are emotional, or those who don't like, or those who can't take them, will feel hurt. Okay, but Kritika Nakshatra is clear. Kritika Nakshatra has extremely clear mind about what he wants in life. Another thing about Kritika Nakshatra is Kritika Nakshatra makes you, or these people hide their emotional side. Kritika people, you will see Kritika people as a person who is fierce and speaking up their mind and all that. But the most important thing is they will hide their emotional side. Remember, you will always see the fire. Fire can burn anything. Okay, fire can cut your physical ties and take you to the other lokas once you die. You can do havan, you can do yajna with fire. There are different types of fire we have no idea about. Okay, and when we have these people will hide their emotional nature. Like if you look at the fire can also be used for cooking. Fire can be used for molding or any kind of positive sides as well, but they will hide them. They will hide their warmth and emotional nature. So whenever you see a Kritika person, try to tap into their emotional nature, try to tap into their nature which they're hiding, and you will be surprised to see a whole new being in the form of Kritika people waiting for you. Okay, so next time when you meet a Kritika person, just note these things down. Okay, next is the padas associated with Kritika. Kritika Nakshatra has 4 padas, and if you look at the padas, these are the last 4 padas of the cycle. Like the first pada of the Kritika Nakshatra is Saggitarius, second is Capricorn, third is Aquarius, fourth is Pisces. And if you look at, always remember for Bharani we talked about Aries, Scorpio, the 4th pada, which is 8th from the Aries. Now the first pada of the Kritika Nakshatra is the Pushkar Navamsha. It is 9th from the Aries, and any planet when comes into the sign of Sagittarius or in this pada tend to give excellent results. No planet is debilitated here, no planet is exalted, but each planet will bring in fire based on their nature. Let's imagine Jupiter placed in here will bring in wisdom, will bring in optimism in your life. And being Pushkara Navamsha, it will give excellent result with respect to those planets. Next is now this is the only portion which is into the sign of Aries. Now the next is from 0 degrees to 3 degrees 20 minutes of Taurus ascendant, not ascendant. On the Taurus sign, we have the second pada of Kritika Nakshatra, which is into the Capricorn Navamsha. Capricorn, whenever Capricorn comes in, it's an earthy energy. It brings in all the planets to a practical level. That's why Jupiter gets debilitated into the sign of Capricorn, because Jupiter is about higher beliefs and looking beyond things. And Saturn ruled Capricorn is all about practical nature. And more than that, it is also the sign of finance. Which Jupiter, though Jupiter is the planet of wisdom and abundance as well, he's not inclined materially. Like, he's not after money. He gets the abundance because of its wisdom or teachings, but he's not like a Rahu who's obsessed about material belongings. Okay, so that's why he gets debilitated into this Navamsha. If you have Venus placed into this second pada of the Kritika Navamsha, Kritika Nakshatra, it goes into the Taurus Navamsha and the Capricorn sign. If you have Saturn placed in here, you will have a debilitated Saturn in the Aries, and the Saturn will go into its own Navamsha. It will give great results with respect to the Saturn. Okay, third Navamsha is Aquarius, which is an air element sign. We are into fiery nakshatra of Kritika, and this is the airy pada. Okay, so it gives great result with the air element planets like Saturn. Even though it is getting debilitated in D1, you will have it in its own Mool Trikon sign in D9 if it is placed into this pada. Next is an interesting pada. Fourth pada of Kritika Nakshatra is also Pushkar Navamsha. Yes, Kritika has two Pushkar Navamshas. One, the first, the Aries pada, and the fourth one, Pisces pada. And Pisces is an interesting sign. It has 12th house vibes to it of spirituality and moksha. More than that, here Jupiter becomes its own sign, Venus becomes exalted, and Mercury becomes debilitated. Okay, and all the planets, when all the planets are into this Pushkar Navamsha, apart from their dignity, they tend to give good results anyways. Let's say you have Sun placed in here. So Sun will give you all the Sun qualities of self-esteem, of self-discovery, consciousness, light, vision, all these things into your life if it is placed into this Navamsha and in Pisces Navamsha. Okay, so you have to look all the planets from the Aries sign, the fiery nature, and the pada it is placed in. Okay, so yes, this was Kritika Nakshatra as much as I could hold grasp and share with you guys. If you want to know more about Kritika Nakshatra, or if you want to know more about Vedic astrology, these two videos on your screen will help you to know more about Vedic astrology, sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibes. See you in the next videos. Love and peace.